How you doing, folks? My name is Lance Phillip from East Coast Ghost, or as we're otherwise known, EKG. Excited because today we got a new product in. It is a combination geophone, EMF detector, and ambient temperature monitor. It is from CenTex Paranormal and very cost-effective unit. So I'm anxious to open it up and test it out. So let's go to the other room and get started. Okay, so we're going to unbox the new product that we have here. It's the MF1 by CenTex Paranormal. I've already taken the pleasure of cutting open the tape. We got bubble wrap, obviously, and we've got what looks to be the instructions. Always good to have instructions. And then we have the unit itself. Now, I ordered the unit with the green sleeve on it. Mainly because our team's logos are in green, so I figured it'd just kind of be cool to match it. So let me open it out and see what we have. And it's out. So what this unit does, it has a geophone here on the bottom, it has an EMF sensor, and a temperature sensor. So with a digital readout. Now, it does need to have a battery put in it, so I'll do that in a second. Essentially what you're going to see on this unit is, again, it's going to have an EMF reading here. It's an EMF sensor, so what's going to happen is it's going to be alarmed if there's a change in EMF either way. Now this is an ambient temperature sensor up all the way up top, so what it's going to do is take a baseline reading, and if there's a change in temperature either higher or lower, it's going to alarm to let you know. And this is your geophone unit that's going to sense vibrations. Let me go get a battery and put it in and see what we got. Okay, so we have batteries in the unit. It uses 3 AA batteries, which I kind of like over 9 volts just because they're easier to store, easier to find too in stores. Like if you're out in the middle of nowhere, any little convenience store is going to have AA batteries. Also, in my case, I have a lot of rechargeable AA batteries available. And I have only 2 9 volts, so it just makes it easier. This thing is, first of all, is got a lot of weight to it. It's built like a tank. I have no problem, especially with its bumper guard. It's almost like an otter box type of case, but I have no problem believing this will take a fall without a problem, which is good. I mean, we run around in the dark and bump into things, and things do get dropped. So I like the idea behind the case, just to see the back side of it. It'll probably take a very substantial fall before it would break. So that's a good thing. I did describe it a little bit wrong. Let me rephrase, let me go over it again. You have a geophone here, an EMF sensor here. You have your controls, your on-off, your speaker on-off, and your control for the geophone, because you can turn that off if you don't want that working. So we're going to start that off. Then right above it, this LED panel is going to show the temperature. Over here you actually have the temperature probe, I believe, with your LED lights left and right of it. Okay, so let's turn it on. We'll put batteries in it. Okay, it's giving us, it took a baseline, so now the EMF meter is set. What you're seeing there is the ambient temperature. Okay, you saw the red lights flashing. That was setting the ambient temperature. So it's around 72.5 degrees in here. So we're going to test out a couple of features. First thing we're going to do is turn on the geophone. And we're going to test the geophone. We'll stand it up so you can see. I'm going to tap on the table. And as you can see, very sensitive. Light tapping, heavy tapping. I'll tap at the end of the table. So right there, I'm about, 2 feet away from the unit tapping, so seems very sensitive, seems to work really well from what I can see. I have other geophones, but I like this because it's all built in one unit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the geophone off, and we're just going to go with the EMF sensor, okay? Again, now we have a baseline EMF that it's taken. Here I have a EMF pump made by Digital Dowsing, and what this one does, it's a fluctuating EMF. It starts very low, then goes higher, and then goes off the scale. I'm going to turn that on, and we're going to put the EMF detector to work. So, I'm going to put it so you can see the red light in the background. I mean the LED light on the pump. As you can see, it's going green, which is low intensity. It's going to turn red. Oh, in this case, it went right to blue. I'm sorry, it's going to turn blue first, which is a higher intensity, and then go red. You can see the EMF detector instantly is picking it up. Again, green. And the corresponding lights on the EMF detector are very low. It's going to go blue on the EMF pump, which is a moderate EMF spike. You can see the sensor picks up. And then when it goes red, the EMF sensor goes off the chart. So it's not giving you a numeric value for the EMF, but it is detecting the changes. And the intensity of the LED lights and the sound change with the intensity of the EMF. So that works very well. I'm also going to say, when I first had the unit in hand, I went to an event and Brad Kling from Ghost Lab was there, and he had one of the first units, and I wanted to take a picture of it with my cell phone, and as soon as I got close to it with the cell phone, or not even close to it, as soon as I got near it with the cell phone, it's probably about a foot away, the thing started going off the scale because it sensed the EMF coming out of the cell phone. Now the last thing we're going to check is we're going to check I'm going to walk over and put it by my refrigerator, open it up and see if it detects the temperature change. So hold on while I go over there. So I'm at the refrigerator and I'm going to open up the freezer so we get a real cold reading really fast. See if it detects the change. Yeah, you can see it's starting to blink and it's detecting the change. I don't know if you heard. Okay, so you see it's blinking, letting us know that the temperature just dropped. Now, let's see. I'm going to take it over to the stove in a second and put on the stove. Okay, and now it's letting you know the temperature's going. Actually, this is actually a good test because the temperature's going up right there. And as the temperature went up, it blinked, indicating that it was getting hotter. So I'm going to turn this off real quick, and we're going to go over to the stove. Put some heat on it and see how it works, responds to heat. Okay, so I have the front burner on my stove going, and I am going to put the unit near it. Whoa, first of all, it's detecting EMF off the chart from the stove. Makes me feel great about cooking. And as you can see, it's detecting the temperature change right away and flashing, which is a good thing. So, as we can see, it is responding to heat and EMF. That's great. Alright, so let me put this down and turn off the oven and we'll wrap this up. Okay, so again, this is the EMF Research Device. It's a nice unit. I'll tell you, for the money, you can't beat it. I think it was, off the top of my head, I pre-ordered it. I think it was $95, but then they had a promotion going where if you signed up for their mailing list, they gave you another 10% off. And I think it came out to like $84 with the shipping. I mean, for a product that's under $100 that gives you a geophone, the EMF sensor, and your ambient temperature meter, I don't think you can beat that. I mean, it's 3 units that, you know, first of all, you can carry this and it really will give you extra space in your bag because it now has 3 units in one. It's worked real well with the little tests I've done so far. I can't wait to get it out in the field. I mean, the thing's built like a tank. I'm not kidding on that. It's got that may be the only drawback is that, it's a trade-off. If you want something built solidly, it has to be heavy, and this is heavy, so it's a little bit to carry. I get that, and also it's a little bit big. I mean, I have big hands. I'm a big guy, and I have big hands. But if you have little hands, it might be a little bit of a problem, but I don't see it being that bad because it does have a nice grippy case, a nice rubber case that you can grip real easy. And there are, little finger holds on the side. So, but this unit really, so far I really like it. What I also I like that the geophone is sensitive, but it's not overly sensitive. It's not going to get set off by a car driving outside a building. It's going to be set off by what's surrounding it in the surrounding area. I mean, I have another geophone that I actually built, and that one's good, but it's so sensitive that literally it can pick up something in another room if it bangs hard enough. So this one I think is actually calibrated perfectly for what we do. And I learned something a little bit since the probe for the temperature is right here. It didn't react as well to the change of temperature directly underneath it, but when I turned the unit a little bit over, when I turned it like this, so that way it could pick up the heat off the stove, it instantly registered. And I think that's why it registered a little bit slow from the cold. So with that being said, though, I do like this unit a lot, and I recommend it. I mean, like I said, I can't wait to get it out in the field. Once I get it out in the field, I'll wrap it up and kind of give you more of maybe come back with another video from the field. But for right now, this was unboxing the unit, and like I said, I recommend it highly. All right, folks, thanks for watching.